Shalom, Israel, House of Jacob, my Yahuwah only brothers and sisters. I was sitting here earlier today. This is the whiteout. This is a pen. I try to write as best as I can because my wrist's still kind of acting up. So, what I'm doing, I'm just going through my scriptures, wherever I see Godlord, godliness, ungodliness, I put Yahuwah and Torahless in those places. I don't want those words to ever just come out of my mouth all flippant, because Yah is our power and our authority. So we have no excuse. If we're about Yah's business, about Him, and it's about Him only, it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be a struggle. We shouldn't have to be on a struggle bus when He's forefront. He should always be forefront up here. But with everyone, I guess it takes time. And one particular book, Sirach, known as Ecclesiasticus, I started reading the summary, of the reason why this book was done, and all of a sudden, they have the JC name in there for Yeshua. And that just got me to thinking. And then, in here is Israel is y'all's son. Israel is my son. I have no other. So we get debates about, well, David said he was y'all's son, or implying that, but David is from the house of Jacob. He is an Israelite. Y'all looks at all of us as a whole as his son. Sometimes he'll even say sons and daughters, that we're still y'all's and no one else. Even though he has others, he created everything. Everything belongs to him. So, but we are his. We have direct access to him. And that name, Yeshua, if y'all wanted to have a son come and do the things that Yeshua or Yahawashi, Hamashiach, JC, if that was what he was going to come and do, he wouldn't give him an ordinary name. That was all through the line of Judah and Levi. That name was used commonly amongst those two brothers. And the first one, Yeshua, everyone knows that one. He's better known in the English language as Joshua. Yeshua means salvation. Some people say Joshua, salvation. And Joshua that we know of is the one that he was the son of Nun, and also the son of Miriam, who was Aaron and Moses' sister. They were from the house of Levi. He was the one who was a successor into leading our people into the promised land. So that's number one. Again, Yeshua's mentioned again. And it was during when the Ark of the Covenant was in, I don't want to chop the name up, but It's Beth Shemesh. It was out there in that field. And in his field. And that was, you can find that in 1 Samuel 6 chapter 14 and 18 verse about that Yeshua. That's number 2. Number 3, Yeshua, the governor of Jerusalem, which is found in 2 Kings 23 and 8. And he was the governor of Jerusalem during the time when Josiah was king. Number 4, Yeshua, the son of Yozadak or Jehozadak, which was part of the priesthood line. He was the high priest who returned with Zerubbabel after the Babylonian exile, and he helped rebuild the temple. And this Yeshua is found in the books of Ezra, Nehemiah, Haggai, Zechariah. But because the name is so common, people take it out of context and assume that they're talking about their Yeshua HaMashiach. Oh yeah, see, his name's over there. See, they saying this and they saying that. Really? Take it out of context just to justify them wanting to stay in idolatry. Then you had Yeshua, which is number 5. The 5th Yeshua mentioned, the son of Azaniah, who helped rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. This can be found in Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 9. He was a Levite. Number 6, Yeshua, son of Kadmiel, a Levite, who led the people in praising Yahuwah. And this is found in Nehemiah 9, 4 through 5. Number 7. A lot of Yeshuas, huh? And he was to have him as a son. He would give him a unique name, don't you think? Yeshua, son of Pahath Moab, who was a leader who returned with Ezra. That's in Ezra chapter 2, verse 6. Then you have number 8, Yeshua, who the Christians and Christian lights, I call them Christian lights, those Hebrew Israelites that still have Yahushai, JC, HaMashiach, and all this other stuff in y'all's face. But they have supposedly waked up. You know, the son of Yahuwah. So they say, they think it's the son of Yahuwah. They claim him to be the son of Yahuwah, who was to fulfill the law by dying and offered up as a sacrifice for all our sin. However, if you go to Ezekiel 18 and 20, Deuteronomy 24:16, and Jeremiah 31 and 30, it plainly tells you that the Father cannot die for the sins of the Son cannot die for the sins of the Father. Over in Isaiah 43 and 11, Hosea 13 and 4, Isaiah 45:21, Isaiah 43:31, Isaiah 44:6, 2 Samuel 22:3. First one, we're going to Ezekiel 18 and 20. Put my little glasses. Ezekiel. What's that? Ezekiel 18 and 20. Forgive me here. I'm a little page. Ezekiel. Ezekiel 18 and 20. And it reads, "The soul that sins, it shall die. A son shall not bear the iniquities of his father, and a father shall not bear the iniquity of his son. The righteousness of the righteous person shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked person shall be upon him." Your sin, your penalty. Forgive me, I had a interruption phone call. But Jacob, who y'all named Israel, there's no one else. No one else in our Torah and Tanakh named Israel or Jacob. You can go over to that New Testament, and they have plagiarized and took the name of Jacob, Israel, and placed it as being a father, a grandfather of your so-called JC, Yahushua, Yamashiach, whoever over there. But no. It's only one. One that he called his son. And that's Exodus 40, what's that? Exodus 4 and 22. Ooh. Yeah, the writing's kind of small, so I have to put on these little reading glasses. I lost my bifocals in Alabama. I only have my distance glasses. So I gotta get me a new set of bifocals. So I'm gonna have to come up off the money so I can see. That's Jeremiah, Exodus. Let's go back to Exodus. I said it was Exodus 4:22. It's 4. Sometimes my pages, I have to look at my pages because, like I say, it goes from right to left. And I'm so used to reading left to right. So I have to make sure. I see 25 up there. Where's 22? Because that's for 3. Somebody's going to have to teach me how to read this. Y'all, I was still doing Deuteronomy 4. Let me get over here to Exodus 4 and 22. Oh my goodness. I know I'm on medications, but I didn't know they was going to have me like that. Oh my goodness. That's why I like taking that stuff. Ooh, I hate taking medications. That's 3. Let's get on down here 14. Yeah, I have to get used to this. It's Exodus 4 and 22, which is on top of, it's going this way, so it'll be over 5, over chapter 5. And that's 22. It says, Exodus 4 and 22, it says, "You shall say to Pharaoh, so said Yahuwah, my firstborn son is Israel. So I say to you, send out my son that he may serve me. But you have refused to send him out. Behold, I shall kill your firstborn." But 22, what did it say? It says, "So said Yahuwah, my firstborn son is Israel." I don't see Yeshua anywhere in there. I see Israel. Hosea 11 and 1. And you can also look in Jeremiah 31 and 9. The children and descendants of Jacob are called Israel, a nation, a people, not what's going on across the water, which is a corporation, and that's about to come to an end. Y'all's bringing it all down. So firstborn status, gives us the highest pick at the inheritance. We are his inheritance. We inherit the promised land. And we'll inherit all of Yah's Baruchings if we follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. Like I said, I'm not going to be here long. I'm still kind of having issues with turning my neck sometimes. Sometimes the pain is just, But I thank the Father, because that could have been worse. But that's kind of a threefold thing that happened. One was, it was chastisement, because number 2, I was supposed to have left there months ago. I kept putting it off because I kept saying things like, well, I need this paid. I got this truck. I need to finish pay off this truck. Well, okay. Well, yeah, it's paid off now. I don't have no excuse. And it's total. So I don't have no excuse. Sit here, do what I need to do. Call, my doctor's called Uber for me. What's that other place? DoorDash. DoorDash pick up things for me. I don't have a choice right now. Son has. I gave him my other little SUV. I gave that to him. So I'm just here at the house. I should have listened. That was a good chastisement. Could have been worse. And the other one was, if you look at that emblem on the back or on the front of these trucks that got the animal on with the horns on it, you know, the little horns that curl in. The more I look at that emblem, the more they keep redesigning it, the more it's in your face. It's that, to me, it looks like the Baphomet symbol. So how can I be for y'all and I'm riding around in something with something look like Baphomet on the front? You crank it up, comes out on the dash, it looking at you. Well, that's it. I'm gonna go lay down. Starting to hurt again. You guys keep me in your prayers, and I appreciate all the prayers that you are giving up to y'all for me, because I feel them. I feel them. You guys have a good rest of your evening. Good night.